We are here to talk all about marketing, premium marketing, and the resources that you have available in the Resource Center as a premium marketing member. So if you have premium marketing, I'm so excited to show you everything and all the resources that you can use and maximize your marketing and boost that bottom line and get that great sales funnel going. My name is Ashley Passo. I am the Senior Marketing Specialist with RPAG, and I've been here for about 2 years now. And I'm so excited to have you all here today. Thank you for coming. Let's jump right into it. What is the point of marketing? I want to first talk about the significance of marketing and why this is even important for you as an advisor. So first, you're going to be building your brand awareness. So this means that throughout a sales cycle, you have your prospects that are thinking about buying, but they might not be ready to buy yet. They might not be ready to choose you as an advisor yet. So building your brand awareness means consistently being at the forefront of their minds by putting your brand, your content, your name out in front of them consistently, whether that's through emails or social media or even webinars like this one. And this kind of just makes it so that when they are ready to choose an advisor or switch advisors, then you are at the front of their mind and they're ready to choose you. Okay, so next, you're going to be able to generate qualified leads as long as you're targeting the correct audience, which is plan sponsors. And by leveraging various channels such as, digital advertising, content marketing, lead generation campaigns, social media campaigns, you're going to be able to generate a steady, stream of leads. And then you're going to be able to establish your authority. So effective marketing is going to position you as an expert in your industry. So you're going to be able to share valuable insights. You're going to build conversations with prospects, current clients, and everyone will be trusting you as the place to go to for when they have questions about retirement planning. And then marketing isn't all about prospecting. This is also going to be for your current clients. So you want to make sure that your clients trust you as their advisor to give them all the information that they need. So this is going to be more informational content and not necessarily sales content. And then you're going to be able to differentiate yourself from competitors. So obviously, you're not the only retirement advisor out there. So you're going to want to show what you do and how you do it differently than other advisors in the field so that you can find people that resonate with your unique offerings. And honestly, being an RPAG member really will put you above other advisors because you just have access to so many more resources. And then lastly, you'll be able to adapt to market changes. So with marketing, specifically social media and email marketing, you are going to be able to receive instant feedback, whether that's through likes or comments or even responses to emails, or honestly, no response is an answer for you right there. If you're not getting engagement on something, this helps you to adapt your strategies immediately rather than waiting and saying, I don't know, this isn't getting us many sales. This makes it so you can switch pretty quickly and figure out, what's working, what isn't. And that's kind of a great thing about marketing. Okay, so now that I went through, the boring stuff about why it's important, let's talk about, what you're here for, which is the resources that are in the portal. So let's do a quick overview of all of the things you have. So when you first join RPAG as a member, you do get newsletters, memos, and a sales pitch deck. So this is underneath, you can find this in the Resource Center, and I'll go through this later. But you'll have newsletters, memos, and sales pitch deck. But when you get premium marketing, you also get auto branding for the newsletters and memos, and then you get the supplemental slides for the sales pitch deck, which is an extra, I think, 60 slides that you can pick and choose from. And then you will also get consultant RFP responses, a social media calendar that has a brand new section that I will be happy to go through later, drip emails, hosted webinars, and webinar kits. So let's start off with the newsletters and memos. Okay, so the first big newsletter is the Retirement Times. We actually just released the Retirement Times for this month, for June. So if you haven't gotten that email yet, please reach out to support and make sure that you are on our email list. And if you aren't engaging in our emails right now with support@rpag.com, there's a high likelihood that you won't receive emails because we try not to bombard you with them if you aren't engaging or clicking on anything that we're sending. But you can find this in the Resource Center, Newsletters and Memos, and you go to Retirement Times, or you're going to go to Newsletters Memos for participant memos, and that'll be where you can find the memo specifically to send to participants. So this Retirement Times will contain 3 articles that are meant for plan sponsors that are white labeled, so you can put your own branding on it, send it out as if you wrote them. And these are released monthly, and we try to give you about a week before the month happens. So for instance, we sent the June one out today, this morning, and it should give you enough time to put this through your compliance without causing any issues so that you're able to get this out on June 1st or whenever the first day of that month is on a weekday. And then this is also eligible for auto branding. And I'm going to go through how you auto brand. If you already have premium marketing, I'm going to be able to show you how to auto brand. But this is essentially a one-click way to put your branding on our newsletters. So this is for the Retirement Times and for the Fiduciary Hot Topics, which is great. And I'll go through the Fiduciary Hot Topics next. You can also repurpose this content into emails or social media posts using AI. I did do a session about marketing with AI, and it is on our YouTube channel. So if you are not subscribed to our channel, I highly recommend you do so. We post a lot of educational content on there every single week. I think we just uploaded 3 videos this week alone. So it's really good to use as a resource for you. And if you want to see that session that I did about marketing with AI and get more info on ChatGPT and how to use it, go watch that. You can go search it in the YouTube search bar underneath our channel, and you should be able to find it. It should be a game changer for marketing, something like that. All right, so moving on to the Fiduciary Hot Topics. The file path, you would go to the same section, Newsletters and Memos, but you would click on Fiduciary Hot Topics. So this is essentially trying to give you the upcoming or potential hot topics that you're going to be talking with your plan sponsors about. And this gives you quick overviews of these subjects. So this is the one that was for Q2 for this quarter. Congress releases Security 2.0 technical corrections discussion draft. And it just gives you an overview of what this is about. And we do try to do videos every quarter as well and give you more commentary and how to talk to your plan sponsors about this. We don't always do them, but when we do, it's a nice, extra resource to have, which do get posted to our YouTube channel. Another great reason to subscribe to us. And then this is also available for auto branding, like I talked about for the Retirement Times. So you can, if you want to do this and press auto branding, it is really nice and makes you seem like you are on top of it and that you are getting them the forefront of all of these legislative updates. And you just seem super awesome and super smart. And your plan sponsors will think that you are, you're establishing your authority, like I talked about earlier. So this is going to foster that relationship and that loyalty with your plan sponsors. All right, sales pitch decks with supplemental slide. So as an RPAG member, you do get a sales pitch deck, you get an introductory meeting deck, and you also get the overview of services. And this kind of tells plan sponsors, if you're doing a prospecting meeting, you can talk about, what you do and the extra resources and services that you can provide because you're an RPAG member, whether that's with our scorecard system or our fee benchmarking services. That's really good for the overview of services. But when you get the supplemental slides, if you can see these are all extra slides. There's about 60 of them. And you can pick and choose from this. They're completely customizable. And if you have both of your presentations up together, so if you have the overview of services and then the overview of services supplemental slides next to each other, you can drag and drop slides into the other presentations. So you can make a completely customizable presentation without having to actually make it yourself. There is things that you're going to need to put in, like the the plan sponsor's company logo. Say, look, this presentation is for you, stuff like that. And then obviously fill in your information. And I can also tell you that if you are editing a presentation, you want to fix something in the master slides, so the formatting of the presentation itself, what you would do is you would click view and you'd view slide master. And that'll be how you edit that portion. So I would write that down if you don't use PowerPoint very often. That's a really helpful tip if you need to edit the theme a little bit. So say you wanted to take off this RPAG logo, you would go to view at the top, click slide master, and then you'd be able to remove the RPAG logo and then put your logo in there. So that is a great little tool for you. And then consultant RFP responses. I'm sure that you have filled out dozens of RFP responses over the years. We want to make that a lot easier for you. So our RFP team has responded to over 600 RFPs in the past 10 years. So we kind of know what it takes to communicate the value of having RPAG consulting methodologies. And our product process actually leads to more finalist meetings and more sales. So the point of this is, like, this is the sample one, and it's 34 pages long, as you can see here at the bottom. The attestation is 34 pages on page 34. So the file path for this, you'd find this in the content marketing plan folder under consultant RFP. So we have essentially come up with the answers for a majority of questions that plan sponsors would ask. So we have everything from investment services to, fees to, like your firm's background, investment management. Here's some references. Here's our fee schedule, things like this. So we give you all of these pre-written responses to save you a bunch of time. And if you need more information about RFPs, we do have RFP specialists that can answer all of those questions for you. And it is a great way to save you a bunch of time because it's basically just, fill in the blank. That's how it is. And it's so nice. And it already fills out a bunch of information about being an RPAG member that you don't have to worry about. And we have our experts on hand to help you out if you need any more assistance with those. So moving on to the social media calendar with a new AI section. I actually create these every single quarter, and I have a lot of fun with them. So the first thing about this is you're going to find this under the content marketing plan folder. It's not under another subsection. You're just going to click content marketing plan, and you will see the Q2 2024 Q2 2024 social media calendar. So everyone is on social media these days. If you're not, you need to be. It's really important to keep up with what's going on in the social media space. Your best bet as a plan advisor is going to be LinkedIn, because that is where professionals are looking for other professionals. And the point of social media is to show that you're an expert in your field, specifically on LinkedIn. If you're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or I guess X, that's more of an entertainment platform. LinkedIn is more for professionalism. So that's going to be where I suggest that you're doing most of your posting if you're trying to do it for gaining prospects. So this might be daunting to you if you are not very familiar with social media, or you don't use it very often, or you really just don't want to take time out of your day to post on socials. Like, I understand. I do this every day. I do all the posting for RPAG, so I understand if this is a little much. So we wanted to lighten that mental load a little bit and create a calendar for you. So this is the one we actually just released for May, June, July. The calendar is a little off from the quarter. So usually quarters, January, February, March, April, May, June. So this one is May, June, July. So we'll come out with the next one at the very end of July for August, September, October. And that's kind of how the scheduling works. We will tell you kind of the topics that you should be posting every day. So Wednesdays are Wellness Wednesday, so you can talk about financial wellness. Thursdays would be drip email content, or you can do a long form LinkedIn post. And then Fridays would be a fun Friday, so you do maybe a fun fact. And then Monday, Market Monday. Tuesday, you can do a blog post and link that post on your social media platforms. So we wanted to give you pre-made content as well. So we have example tweets for you and the link and then the headline. So on LinkedIn, if you have an image or a tweet, if you have an image on with a link on your LinkedIn when you're posting, it'll give you an optional headline that you can edit. So you can go in, take that title and put it in there. You can also take our retirement times and post them to your own website as your own content. Because it is white labeled, we give this to you in order to post this as your own writing. So, but if you don't want to post this onto your own website, like you can go ahead and link to our site. We post them there for you as well. Just a little heads up though, we do use a different type of image. We use something called a WebP, and that won't load into social media platforms. So you're going to have to find a different image to use for that instead of just straight linking to ours. But we do have, copy and paste content that you can use for your social media posts. And then this new portion that I'm really excited about is they're the ChatGPT prompts. So if you've never used ChatGPT before, it's essentially an AI chatbot that can create content for you. It does usually need a little bit of training, so you can tell it who you are, who your audience is, and that'll kind of help guide the bot to know what you're looking for. And then you can consistently give it feedback and say, hey, I want this to be a little shorter, or can you be more technical with your answer? And it'll adjust accordingly. But I've given the purpose of the prompt and then the actual prompt itself. And then the red would be, things that you would input. So you're going to copy and paste an article. So this first one is retention emails. So I'm a retirement plan advisor. My clients are plan sponsors. I want to keep my clients informed about the latest retirement planning news and trends. Create an informative email from this article and encourage them to reach out with any questions. And then you're going to copy and paste the article. This should give you an email base to send to your clients, but definitely read over them before you just copy and paste, because occasionally ChatGPT can be wrong, or it'll not give you the exact wording you're looking for, or it really doesn't sound like you. So take a look over it, maybe read it out loud to yourself to make sure it sounds like something you would say, and then you can go ahead and send it out. But this is a great base to use. So I did them for retention emails, LinkedIn long form posts, short social media posts, just ideas for topics to post about, Fun Friday post, and Wellness Wednesdays. I would not use it for Market Mondays because if you're using the free version of ChatGPT, it's only updated to January of 2022. So if you're using the paid version, which I think is $25 a month, then that should have access to the internet. But I would still be careful and double check anything that you're talking about, the stock market with, or anything market related. I would just double check it. Okay, so that's the social media calendar. Now let's talk about drip emails. So on average, for every dollar that a business spends on email marketing, they make about $36 in return, which is an insane ROI. So we kind of wanted to give you a starting point for drip emails. These can be used for, prospecting or even just client retention. So this is going to be informational, but it also incentivizes them to talk to you. This is a very good conversation starter. And we talk about different points. So, these are just 3 that I've taken from this year's drip emails. So we have maximizing employee participation rates. You can send these out, once a month, and they're a great way to just say, hey, look at this information I have for you. These are some hot tips for you. If you need any help with them, reach out to me, kind of thing. So these are all pre-created. We give you a subject line, we give you a header for the top of your email, and then the email content. And obviously you could edit it as you'd like. They can be fixed for if you have a certain tool or solution that you want to push a little harder that relates to one of these subjects, then you can. So let's see, one of them would be maximizing employee participation rate. So you can talk about, WellSense, something like that, or maybe push one-on-one meetings that you're starting to do with clients. So this is going to be a great option for you. And these are in the content marketing plan folder and then drip email content. And that's where you'd find that. I'm also going to go into the portal after this and show you where everything is, just so that you can get a better understanding and get a little more familiar with it. So especially if you have premium marketing already, then I can show you where this is. But if you don't have premium marketing, then you would be able to kind of be familiar with it before you started. So you'd be kind of ahead of the curve in your firm, and you can show other people in your firm where things are. All right, so hosted webinars. We actually just had one on Tuesday, and I am so sorry if you missed it. This is designed for plan sponsors. So this is not for you. I mean, you can join if you would like. That we're not gonna stop you, but this is designed for plan sponsors so that you can send them to this and they can get CE credits. They'll get an hour of CE credits. And we do the whole thing for you. The only thing that you have to do is send the invitation. We make the invitation, we create the presentation, we host the whole webinar. We just give you the link and the invite, and you send it to your plan sponsors and say, look at this great thing I've done for you. Come join for some free education. And then they get to join the webinar. We had so many people join, and everybody got to ask questions, and they really get time with, an expert in this field. So we had Jenny Kiffmeyer with Retirement Learning Center, who has been an expert in ERISA for a long time, and she is fantastic. She was able to answer a bunch of people's questions, and she really went into detail about some legislative updates. But we do 4 of these a year, and the actual schedule for them is in the content marketing plan folder, but if you want all of the information for it, so the presentation, the invitation, that would be underneath content marketing plan, hosted webinar services, and then you would go to the month that you're trying to find. So for this one, it'd be May, because we just had this one. If you want to host this one yourself and do a different ERISA update, we do put the presentation in there. So if you missed sending your plan sponsors to this, you have the option to take the presentation and just host it yourself. Talk to your plan sponsors and say, hey, I have this presentation. Would you like to go through it? So that's an option as well. And if you need any more information about that, I would definitely reach out to our support team, and they would be able to help you and walk you through the process of this. And then if you don't want to send your plan sponsors to us to host it, you can also host your own webinars with our webinar kits, and we give you all of the tools that you would need to build one yourself. So this would be under the content marketing plan folder under webinar kits, and then you would go to the month that you need. So we do give you all the resources that you would need. We give you the presentation and the invitation and the email template. So all you need to do is just copy and paste your information and send it out, and obviously host it probably on Teams or on Zoom, like this one. So if you would like to start hosting your own, you can. And these are also qualified for HRCI and SHRM CE credits. So you can send these in to get qualified, and then your plan sponsors can get even more CE credits. So if you want to give them more than 4 a year, I think you can do about 8 a year if you host 4 of these yourself. And these are a great way to build that rapport with your prospects. So that is all for the resources. And now we're going to go into the portal, and I'm going to show you where everything is. Okay, let me stop sharing. Okay. And let's share this page. Ooh, hold on. Give me 2 seconds, everyone. Okay. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay. Perfect. All right. So to find all of this in the Resource Center, first we're going to start by, you can either go to Resource Center here, or you can click the menu and then you'll see Resources and Resource Center. Also, if you have any questions about any of our other resources in here, like how to do how to batch report, how to use the fund mapping tool or meeting minutes. We do have the RPAG University, and that will give you really quick how-to videos, and it shows you everything you need to know. So if you don't really feel like, sitting on the phone with somebody from support, you can just go watch those, and they're really easy to follow along. Okay, so let's go to the Resource Center. So in the Resource Center, this is the content marketing plan is going to be where you find all of this premium marketing content. So this is what I meant when I said if you're just going to the plain content marketing plan folder, that's where you're going to find the webinar schedule for the hosted webinars. You're also going to find the social media content calendar for Q2. That's the one that I was talking about that has, the ChatGPT prompts, the content repository, and the schedule for everything. Webinar kits, these are going to be where you can get all of the presentations and that I talked about to build your own webinar. These are all the different months. As you can see, if you just go to some of the headlines, the webinar kits, they won't have any content. You'll have to go to the specific folder that you're looking for. Okay, yeah, so here's one of them. This one's about the relevance of retirement savings. So we have different subjects every single time we release these. Okay, so let's go to, all right, presentations. All right, overview of services is going to be where you find those sales pitch decks. It's not going to be in presentations. It's going to be an overview of services. So you have the introductory meeting deck, you have the overview of services, and then you'll have the supplemental slides. And you will only see the supplemental slides if you are a premium marketing member, okay? And that is that extra piece that I talked to you guys about. Then the hosted webinar series, if you cannot find an email from us telling you about, the upcoming hosted webinar, I would highly recommend you go to this folder, go to hosted webinar series, and then May, and you'll be able to see all of this information. So you can download, the RSVP list template, the advisor checklist. So the advisor checklist is for you. So it goes through every step that you have to take to send out the invitations. It's very easy to follow along, and that gives you, we basically just give you everything that you need to be able to do this. And these are the ones that we host. So you just have to send out the invites, but we do give you the checklist, especially if you want to track who's joining, we can do that for you as well. But you do have to send us an RSVP list, and that those instructions and who you're going to reach out to would be on your invitation, on your email that you get from support. All right, we also have flyers and one-pagers. These are available to everybody. You don't have to have premium marketing to do this. These are just informational content that you can send to plan sponsors. You can even take these and copy and paste the contents into ChatGPT and create, more content if you would like. And then here's the consultant RFP that I was talking about. The drip email content was right above there. So this is the sample consultant RFP response that has the 34 pages. And this will be what you take and rebrand for yourself, and then you'll be able to do that. Okay. So now let's go through how to auto brand. There's two different ways that you can auto brand. So I'll show you both ways. All right, so you're going to go to newsletters and memos. And let's say we want to do this retirement times that I just sent out today. If you do use the retirement times, this is a great way to use auto branding. So there's two different ways. So this is going to be the first one. So this is the June retirement times that we just released today. So you're going to go to Resource Center Customization. It's this little pencil. And if you have already used this, then this should already be filled out. But essentially you'd put in your phone number, your address, your for work, your business address, your city, state, zip, website, and then any disclosures that you have. And then you're also going to be able to upload your logo. So that's a good thing to have. And then your compliance number. So if you are going to be sending this to your compliance, that you'll want to put this compliance number in there so that you don't have to worry about putting it in after. Okay, so that's the first way to do auto branding. It also works for fiduciary hot topics. So you can see all the ones that are available for auto branding have the little edit button in the corner. So this is the Q2 2024 one. So you'd press the edit button and you'd put all of your information in, and then you would say save to fiduciary briefcase if you want your plan sponsors to be able to just pick that out later. But if you want to save this, you can do it that way, and then that would save all of your auto branding for the future. And you can also download this to your hard drive. Okay, so the second way to do this is you're going to go to the top, you're going to click menu, and under admin, you'll see company. So you're going to click company. I'm going to go through that one more time. You go to menu, you'll see the admin section, and you're going to click company. If it wants to tell me. There we go. Okay, so my company is RPAG admin, and you're going to scroll down all the way to this section for settings. You're going to see Resource Center customization as one of the options. So you're going to click that, and you'll see this little edit button in the corner with a box and a pencil. You're going to click that. And this is just another way that you can do that. So you're going to put in your phone number, your address, your city, your state, zip code, website disclosure, and then you're going to drag and drop your logo. You can get this from your marketing department, or if you have the logo ready to go. I recommend doing a transparent logo, which means that there's no white background attached to it. It's just it's a transparent background. So that if we have a different color on there, then it doesn't look out of place with a different colored background. So that's going to be how you do that. So then once you're done with that, you would press save, and then that will auto-populate any of your auto branding things. And that's going to be how you use that.